Oseo.
Oseo.
The Cherokee greeting, and wave the great feather. Aho, aho. Today my theme is the blue smell of summer. And to start right off with that, if you can just take a look right up here to the top. Here's the sun, and here's the blue horse. Here in Turtle Island, we imagine that the sun is carried across the sky by the blue horse of the sky. And that's what we have here. And that introduces my theme here. Both the summer, because of the sun, and the blue. So I'm bringing out a lot of blue to start with. So if we can go over here to this buffalo shield, this is the shield of the blue buffalo. And the Lakota song is Hodoli Magimi, buffalo blood, sumac berry, blue sky. My hooves, look at them, they are walking over the mirror of the morning star. Aho! Aho! And then from there, let's go over here to this pot here. This is an earthen clay pot. It's from Zuni. Again, Zuni, this is actually an American application named to a people. Their name is the Achui, but most people think of them as Zuni. And this pot is covered with crushed blue turquoise. This is a medicine pot for especially feeding these little fetishes. That's how we're looking at that here in the theme of blue. And then emerging from that, you see that here is a blue feather. Now this blue feather here in my talk, I'm having it as a symbol standing for a place that's called the Blue Earth River. Now, Blue Earth River is actually a place in the state of southern Minnesota. Minnesota is an English rendition of the Lakota Minnesota Smoke River. And this river, the Blue Earth River, is an attribute of it. And so then to mention here, the center part of the United States of America is actually the ancient Lakota nation. The First Nations of the, I would call it the United Seven Council Fires, collectively called by the French name the Sioux, but I use mostly the name Lakota. And this river has a greenish, bluish cast to it, and it has something of a history, but basically the name, the Native American names are all referring to this bluish cast to the river. And a good idea of the landscape, the Blue Earth River flows through a varied landscape from the big woods that used to be much of the east central Minnesota to the flat plains for the home of the buffalo. And the last 12 miles there's deep channels carved into the earth, lined with rocky bluffs and wooded hills, and in the spring, wildflowers along the riverbanks. The Blue Earth is a paragon of scenic beauty in southern Minnesota. So, in my theme of blue, to definitely bring in there, there's a place, the Blue Earth River. Other blues I have here. This is a blue feline. That's very poetic. If Mark Chambal had ever painted a blue cat, he had painted blue horses, but a blue cat would definitely be poetic. And down here, this is a blue imp, I call blimp, the blue imp who lives in the blue, and she's wearing here a medallion from Pyramid Lake, and the pyramid of the lake is right in the center of her there. And here in front of her I have a rare tea bowl. It's a Japanese tea bowl, the only one I've ever seen. in blue. So that's definitely something blue here. And then we can go over here to this piece here that I have. What I am rendering here is Pyramid Lake. Now Pyramid Lake, that name has come from the American explorer called John C. Fremont, because he came down the west side of the lake and he looked across at the pyramid, and it reminded him of the pyramid in Egypt, the Cheops, where he had been and he'd seen that. So you can see, right here, I have put the pyramid, and sometimes it does indeed look like that. And that's how it got its name. But the spiritual name for this lake is Azurhodos. Azurhodos means the blue shoe. And this is how I've resembled that. It does have a natural resemblance to that. And the old people would have to exactly, feel that out. There's a similarity in Japan of Lake Bija, or Biwa. It's a lute, that's Japanese lute. And again, it also has a similarity to the lute that the name resembles. So the same thing here, the blue shoe here. And it also parallels, there's a mountain range, to the east of it, small mountain, and there's another lake now dry, and that was Winnemucca, and that name Winnemucca is the Arabic name for one moccasin. How come? The people who are living there now, at least in name and language, have stemmed from Libya, Berbers, and they're called the Numa, which is also a name of Berbers in Mediterranean. And so that's how come you have an Arabic name for a lake over here. But getting back to Pyramid Lake here, it has this kind of a northwest orientation, and right up here where the middle toes would be is a place that's called Wizard Beach. And there at Wizard Beach, a skull, an ancient skull, thousands of years old, was found, and that has been termed as Wizard Beach Man. And I was acquainted with with Sharon Long, whose specialty is a forensic specialist there, who handled that skull, that I'd seen it, and she had some trepidation that the man may have died of violence, but my intuition assured her that it probably was an accident. Likely he fell out of his boat, because his remains were found on the beach. And so this piece I have here, this is a recast of an ancient Mediterranean Greek Apollo head. So that's who we have here. Now, Pyramid Lake is my alma mater. Now, alma mater is the Latin term for nourishing mother, although it's gone into a collegiate usage, for education, and I can, vote for that as well. And in Greek, this place was called Mykonos. So there is, Mediterranean presence and influence and artifacts and things like that at this location of this ancient place. And if I go down here to, I have here this snake. Now there are paintings all around the lake that we've scouted out, and this is why I have this one here on a large painting on the side of a rock alongside the river about this size is in red. So there's a red sun, and the serpent, of course, in the painting is red, like that. And there is kind of, the local, lore, of a great serpent like Loch Ness that lives in the lake. So this is all to attest, to this Pyramid Lake, its antiquity, and its true meanings. And there are several people in Nevada who watch my Coyote talks, and so they will be happy to hear about all of this. And so here I put in here, this is Coyote, your truly namesake, so we have a blue coyote in there. And then we'll come over here to, this is my drawing. This is my drawing here. This is the smoker woman in blue. So you get a good long look at her smoking away there in the blue. Then over here to my centerpiece here. This is my painting of Manasa. Manasa is, in India, she is, the queen serpent. And she's very vital, still going on. Here in my theme here, I have her as coiling her way through the summer. So we have this shimmering serpent, surrounding her here. So this will be my main piece here, so you can focus on her or any of the other blues while I read this piece. I've collected it, it's been translated from French. Summer Supplication. Summer, it is good to be back. The shortest distance between our innermost and outermost body is summer. Summer, the finished labor, the labor being finished, and the arching bridge erected over of what? What else if not the new body, its solitude, solidarity, and the empty, full word infinity floating there. Interstellar, interneuronic, the arching of the human and her innermost body, and the arch of the autumn vision, the arch of the winter sound, the arch of the spring touch. But where is the arch of our summer? It must be there, given or already made. Indeed, it has been there from the start. It is the very arch of humans' most innermost and most ancient body. Summer, thus, is in the vicinity so close, the closest, to our innermost body, the thinness of our skin being the only true separation from the outermost interstellar body, so indistinguishable from it that it can't be perceived or proven either as sight or hearing or touch, but only as smell and taste. Summer, the briefest intensity of a presence, a total presence with no category of relation in it as yet. Its only relation is vicinity, a quantity, witnessed as quality, wet, dry. Summer, sensation blue, is idea blue, the true, the good, and beautiful blue. The arching bridge, an infinity spanning the out in blue body. Blue sensation idea is body blue. Blue sensation idea is image blue. Blue sensation idea is sound blue. Blue sensation idea is touch blue. Blue sensation idea is smell blue. From the farthest to the nearest, from smell to the abstract, to the idea, the good and true and beautiful blue smell, the in-out coiled serpent, genesis and goal of all energies and all tranquilities, shivers in her blue.